Recover fam, it's Dr. Bobby Thrush, and we have launched the biggest community chat there is in sports medicine. It's the Recover Community Chat. The Recover Community Chat is gonna have tips on wellness, movement, and the best recovery techniques there is. Also, you're gonna be able to network with the biggest entrepreneurs and athletes alike. Sign up only for $9.99. You're gonna have access to this wonderful, valuable product that can change your life. As you know, it's better recovery, better performance, it's best in sports, we out. Hey Recover fam, it's Dr. Bobby Thrush. We're here at the Recover Lounge right outside Boxer Gym. And we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. We're gonna be learning about neurofeedback today and how that can help an athlete and an entrepreneur. Now the day-to-day, you know, we get stressed out, you know, maybe feel a little bit depressed some days, maybe feel not motivated. We're gonna learn different ways on how to attack those little triggers, those little mental incapacities at the moment. And with exercises and with our neurofeedback trainer here, Toby. This is Mario, so he's the man behind Manny 12. And today we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff with neurofeedback. We're gonna be figuring out different parts of our brain that light up or not light up, and apply that right away. So
hopefully you find a brain in here.
Right.
Hope there's something up there, man.
I'm not totally educated on just the whole process and everything. So I'm curious to see like how everything connects together for sure.
Yeah. Basically the underlying premise is that your brain communicates on a chemical and electrical level, right? So we all know about the neurotransmitters, dopamine, serotonin, right? But the brain also communicates on an electrical level. So the different brain waves that we're able to actually measure with one of these swim cap looking devices called an EEG. And then it shows us areas of the brain that are either underactive or overactive in different frequencies. It shows us how different networks in the brain work together, left and right, hemispheric balance. So we'll be able to kind of tell you an in-depth look into your brain and why you are the way you are.
That is very scary.
Yeah,
for me, like, all will be revealed right now.
You can't hide anything. Yeah. I'll know. First thing, I'm gonna just wipe off your head with some of the skin prep gel. So this is gonna get any of the natural oils off of your hair or skin, so we get a nice, good recording. You can now have a seat there. Yep. So you're all done with the scans here. So,
that's it. So what did that actually, like, what were you doing there? Just, what was the difference of the eyes open and closed and all that?
There's certain, you know, like I was talking about, when you kind of get into an eyes closed state, your brain should slow down in certain areas. We should see more alpha, more slower brain waves. So we're looking to see if that happens, or if you stay stuck more in a beta brainwave pattern.
What's the difference between the two?
Yeah, so we'll get into that. So basically beta is kind of your normal alert, awake, focused state. That's where like all of us having this interaction, we're mainly producing beta waves.
Right.
Whereas when we close our eyes, we start meditating, we get into a very deep, relaxed state, we start producing more alpha.
Right.
So people that struggle with like a lot of mental overactivity, anxiety, worry, insomnia, they can't get into that slower state when they close their eyes.
Is that similar to subconscious, conscious stuff?
Very much. Like alpha is kind of like getting into the subconscious, and then theta is really like the bridge between the conscious and unconscious mind.
That's really interesting.
Because that's why like hypnosis, right? Like, or other states like where they take you into real like psychedelic experiences where it's like kind of repatterning the brain on a subconscious level. It's getting the brain into those slower brainwave patterns.
Do you think that stuff actually does?
Oh, absolutely. Neuroscientists estimate that like only 5% of our overall like consciousness is conscious. So
only
like
5%.
Only 5%. So 95%.
We're living on 5%.
Yeah, only like 95% is all kind of like the subconscious programming, the habits, beliefs. So the way I view like microdosing, mushrooms, like psychedelics, like they can help us really see what those subconscious programs are, so that we can like change them to, you know, things that are more empowering.
It really unlocks your next level, you know, when you talk about prime performance and just like the entrepreneurs day to day that they don't understand why they can't do a certain task or see that perspective. It might be coming from something subconscious rather than, you know, conscious, which you know, reveal through your work, which is pretty cool, you know, it's pretty promising as well.
Do you do much with or see anything with like people's, what is it called, the circadian rhythm, like sleeping when the sun goes down, getting up with the sun, actual light exposure? Have you studied or done much with how that alters or changes brain chemistry?
Really, like when sunlight hits our eyes, it triggers the release of serotonin and dopamine. So those neurotransmitters that improve our mood have a big role in mood regulation, as well as like motivation, reward seeking. as we go throughout the day, our brain converts that serotonin into melatonin to allow us to sleep.
Do you yourself notice, do you feel like your brain is more calm out there because you are rising and waking with the sun or anything?
1,000%, man. There's no question about it. We, as humans, have been, give or take, here for 250,000 years, right? We're not meant to be in a concrete jungle with synthetic lights and having all this stress of work and money and relationship. This is not natural. We're naturally supposed to be exposed by sun every day. We're naturally supposed to run and catch food, run away from predators, breed. So we're going against the grain of that right now. And there's a reason why you're happy when you're on a tropical island and you're in the sun all day and you're going for a swim, because this is it, man. We're supposed to be in that state.
Your brain's all lit up throughout the brainwaves here. So
What does that mean? Does that mean I'm really smart?
your brain's very active. I mean, it's definitely a pattern. You can't necessarily predict intelligence based on this pattern or based on these patterns, but what's important here, so the white is showing normal kind of average amounts of activity, whereas the warmer colors are showing overactivity. Basically, the amount of a specific brainwave is happening more often, or the strength of the brainwaves is higher. Kind of like the strength of that brain muscle is more.
Okay.
Pretty lit up throughout the different frequencies. Have you had any past head injuries at all?
I had a pretty bad concussion about less than a year ago.
Okay.
I was saving someone from a really bad head injury, and we both fell over and I smashed my head on a concrete block. After I passed out, and then I smashed my head on the concrete, and then as I woke up, I sort of went back and did it a second time.
Wow. That's likely why we're kind of seeing this pattern.
It was pretty bad. Yeah.
You should do things like hyperbaric oxygen could be super helpful.
Yeah.
You have? Oh, you guys have it here? Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh man, perfect. Yeah, hop in the chamber, because that's going to be really good for rehabilitating the brain. This is sort of interesting that we're seeing all this activity in an awake state, because these are normally brainwaves associated with deep restorative sleep.
Right.
So that's commonly an indicator of head injuries, where it's like the brain's offline, it's not getting enough blood flow and oxygen to perform optimally. And that's often the result of a past head injury. You absolutely can heal the brain. You just need to, have access to the right things that are going to help the brain get back online. So it's all about matching like the subjective symptoms with someone's neurophysiology data, and then getting to like the underlying cause. Like with you, it seems clear that the head injury or head injuries from like the years of boxing is obviously probably caused a lot of this to occur.
Yeah.
I mean, just to kind of bring this all together, right? Like this is very advantageous for the entrepreneur and athlete to figure out what's going on in their brain, unlock these areas through the evaluative process that you have, and then we're going to adapt different exercises or modalities like hyperbaric chamber or even peptides, and apply them and make it more functioning and prime condition and more so. So this is it's a very different perspective. I definitely do think that this is something every athlete should be doing. Especially a lot of athletes have a lot of traumas from childhood that they're kind of negating, and they have this overachiever kind of persona. They always have to prove themselves. And a lot of times that comes from childhood, because parents have been so hard, or the coach was so hard, or they never got a chance to prove themselves. I definitely would love to do a program, an intervention program with Mario, and kind of see how this goes, and maybe more so my performance gets better as an entrepreneur and even an athlete.
Exactly. And the thing, like going to your point of like the trauma, I mean, who is it? Aaron Rodgers that credited having the best NFL season of his life from taking ayahuasca, right? Because like psychedelics can get to the root of a lot of people's trauma. So
right.
So there's different ways to skin a cat.
And I'm excited because like a lot of people are, they're kind of drawn to specific things. So like kind of open up their mind to different modalities and services in ways that they didn't think could help them. I think that's super important, and shedding a light on that, it's gonna help a lot of athletes and entrepreneurs that are just hitting roadblocks and they don't know why.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And it's like, if their brain is optimized on a biological level, you're going to be able to achieve, you're going to be healthier, happier, and wealthier. You know, like everything is going to improve when you get your mind right.
Get your mind recovered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Brings back, you know, really why we got you here to present the materials, that a lot of people, they have that mindset block, right? We can stretch someone out. We can show them the way of which, you know, to get better from an injury, but it all starts from here, right? So sometimes having that expert like yourself to come in and kind of unlock that roadblock that someone has can actually allow someone to recover the right way, their body. It all starts with the mind. So that's why I was really interested in what you offer, because I do understand that. And I do understand how important that is, and that can really stop someone, or can even take someone to the next level if they do understand that. So that was it. We just finished up. We were here with Mario, the man behind Man vs. Wild, and also Toby, the man and owner behind NeuroFlex. And we're just integrating what the mind can do and how it can really better you as a person and get you towards peak performance. And it's super important. We have a peak performer here with Mario and what he's done out in the wild, being a chef. And of course what Toby is doing is very, very instrumental in game changing, because again, you don't know if you have these little roadblocks, little subconscious roadblocks that could be stopping you from getting to really prime conditioning and prime talent. So as you know, it's better recovery, better performance. Best of Sports, we out.
We full of life, you keep the change, keep the change. They hate and say we went and change. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the light.